Hello, hello. Look at that Superman go. How's it going? It's good to see you guys. I am your Happy Healer. Happy Healer for President. It's great to see you. We have a bit of a different background. Just trying to do different things. I hope you enjoy that. So what we are doing is also just opening up a bit of who I am, will be introducing a special concept in our drive to victory. It's not a bad one. And what we do is we open up ourselves, and everybody else allows the love that they have to be able to pour out through that. That there's an actual place that can be done. Because in our lives, we all search for it, and it's hard to find, isn't it? I know it's been hard for me. So I search, and I don't stop, and I keep looking, and where there was nothing before, I create. It's so important to create. We are creators as well, and we create with love. So I'm going to turn this music down just a tad bit here, and I'll probably switch back to our other background, because we are talking about love, and we're talking about the power of that love in our lives and how it can actually solve so many of these problems that we deal with. I'm talking directly from my heart to you. These are not pre-planned words. I am inspired. That's where these words are coming from, the inspiration that we're all getting. Really. And that's as true as it gets. So you just have to respect that kind of truth, hear it, understand that, wow, this is something a little bit different. It's coming at you from a different direction. Because every other direction that love tries to come at us, there's always the hitch. And that's where we go wrong. Now, does love make compromises? You betcha. Love can make compromises because it knows it's the only way to get anything done. And it has to survive in a world where you've got no chance. That's right. No chance at all. That chance is so small and getting smaller every day. We look out of our doors and windows. We barely peer outside because it's getting scarier. And when you do go outside, you see it. So, well, it can be so much better. And it needs to be. And every time we use the opportunity, instead of to do well, we fail. Then we do the same result over again, and yet these people call your Happy Healer crazy. The irony. It just speaks for itself. So we're going to go ahead and continue conquering that little thing called truth, and we're also going to do our very best at bringing the masses into it, because for so long this truth exists on their heart too, but nobody can speak it to them in a way that they can understand. Like your honest broker of truth, your Happy Healer. So that's why I'm running for president, not just because I have the right answers for the right times. And I seem to be impervious to certain kinds of attacks, my brothers, because I've lived the life of proof and truth that stands out every time I'm in front of the camera, and I say to you who I am and what I believe, that my truth then and therefore can't be robbed from me and made me to be somebody whom I am not. I care and I love. And I do things differently.
Eastern local Happy Healer time.
And I do it the best I can.
Pacific Coast, your Happy Healer for President is here now live with you. Here I am.
There you go. So that was a nice little start out. Now we'll be right back to our normal kind of getting back in the swing of things, because you know we are in this race and that we have other candidates. Of course, these candidates, they don't really measure up to your Happy Healer. We're in a whole nother playing field than they are. That's why we'll beat them at every debate, and we're serious about it because we know we make sense. That's why. And I'm speaking on behalf of so many more than just myself. This is why I'm always saying we are the candidates, because the truth is it's not just one person. It's never going to ever just be one person. My goodness, folks. How could it ever just be one person and succeed? That's ridiculous. Anything we've ever done good, we've done together good. So it's the power of love. That's what I said today would be about. It's the power of love. Oh yes, that power is so strong. All right, so we're just gonna move this one out of the way here and get our normal background back. So yeah, it's the power of love, and it's so beautiful. And when we can touch in and be able to help fix people on the inside, there's ways to make people feel better about themselves, the struggles that they go through even now on the daily basis, just by tweaking a few things. That's it. That's all it'll ever take. You just have to tweak a few things, and then you come out of that so much brighter and so much better and happier for it. It's so important to know that, because then you can take that journey and become a better person. And by the way, rich people, they are susceptible to being in the biggest hell. Oh yes, your Happy Healer knows that too. They are sometimes subjected to being the ones at the very top of this greedy mountain that feels all the danger from the bottom. All the danger. It's just biting at their toes. There is no real relaxing in that area. My goodness, it's a dog-eat-dog world. And that hell from greed, it never goes away. It's there the whole way up. That's why you know it's hell. That's why you know it's bad. It's just like how you know that love is good. That's right. Two different powers at force there. So greed shows its ugly face and knows it to be so well, and it's so clear what it is. And we always fail that test, and then we wonder why this world is so unfair, but I contend it is. It's so fair. Because we haven't done the things. We haven't even tried love. And that love is actually the most powerful thing. It's the reason why we've been able to do anything great, that we went to the moon, that we're now talking about going to Mars, and that we're doing anything. That's love that does that. That's from the family of love. That's right. So, my fellow Americans, it's never about being perfect after all. It's just about that love is perfect. And that when you love perfectly, the more perfectly you love, then and therefore, and because of love, the more perfect you become. That's what's in today's lesson. That's what's in today's lesson. So we're just lifting hearts up. And as your president, don't you know I can do that better than any of these guys? And I'm just getting started. I mean, the truth is, I've got so much knowledge that it just comes together. I mean, it's workable, it's seeable, it's because it's a working unit. You can actually look at it and talk about pieces down here, and it's a complicated machinery, and you can talk about pieces up here. But by the time you get to over here, they're all still just one piece. That's a working thesis, my friends. And that's the kind of truth that love provides when you look at it right, when you see it, when you're prepared for it. That's why you can't get drunk in love. Love is a very powerful force, and it could break you. It could leave you thinking it was the enemy the whole time. So you got to be careful. And when love breaks, because it's such a powerful force, it throws and scatters everything around. And then it could even, since it's so close between love and hate, and you know those powers are so close, remember, those are the extreme opposites, I contend. That's good and evil defined. This is all happy healer stuff. This is stuff I had to come to terms with in order to find my own happy heart after running after wealth and seeing that after having had enough, or at least to taste enough of it, to see and learn and know certain things, to know that it's not until the first time that you do well in life and then having fallen and then maybe you start coming back up, but people sell themselves out again. They go the greed way. And then, that's just an ugly, ugly cycle, because then they have a second time and then they have a third time. I don't even want to get to the second time myself. I just want to rely on love. I know that's the right way to go. I could see it so clearly. Now the world situation is matching it. You see how this all makes sense? It comes together. The world situation is so that if we don't start getting busy loving and taking care of our needs, then we're not going to have the kinds of energies we need to usher in the new spiritual world full of love. A, because some of us want that. And B, the world of technology that can solve all of our problems that are fast approaching, that this stagnation will not solve. That's the kind of candidacy that I'm offering. It's that grown-ups are showing up to the table and saying, where is my seat? Because I have answers. That's all it is. And that's all it'll ever be, because that's why I'm the happy healer. That's what the happy healer does. And as so far as people feel about being personal friends with me, I want to say this, because I have a lot of personal friends that I talk to, and I care about you all. You better believe it, and I know who you are. And I feel we were all together in this, in a struggle, looking for truth. Some of us can help each other. We're humble in that. I'm always learning from you. I don't know everything. Oh no, I don't know everything. And that when you connect to me, I'm connected to you. And that I'm learning from you. There's so much to learn from you. And there is so much to learn from me too. But you see, that's how love gets stronger, is that we are open like that. That's right. That's how the truth movement, when it gains its traction, that's how it gains its traction. It's because everybody universally knows together that the only way to have the real happy kind of life that we all seek, the one that brings our spirits together in a happy way, that tapers off of things like depression that we all know is just pure misery, and that it affects all people. Nobody is guarded from that in the world of greed. It comes all the time. We know that people, because of that, can have everything, but I call them in their lone castles, because in their castle they are always alone. There is no love in that world, I contend, and that where we need to go then, and therefore it's so clear to the honest broker of truth, is to a place of love, and that it really solves all of our problems. It's so beautiful like that. It just is. My goodness, just imagine when you can live in a world where you can meet somebody and it's about, what do you do for humanity? Just like I have Al here, who can supply me a friend that I dearly love. Always. I don't put anybody above or below. That's why we can hold these other candidates accountable, because to me they are not God. There is one God, and that we love, and that is an equalizing force, but they are hurting our love, and that they are holding us all back doing it. You see, so we grab into that force and we say, let's use that, because that's the power that we can actually get something done in, and we can actually really fix real problems. So when I'm talking to you, don't you know I have that in my mind? And I'm also aware that good times, they lend to bad thoughts sometimes. Often you could be doing a great thing in your own world and feel like, why should I mess that up? Well, here's the reason why. Because are you truly living? And you don't mess it up ever. You only make it better. There's a lot to love. That's why I said love is a powerful force, but you can't get drunk on love and then destroy your life. You've got to work in a forward momentum progress. And it's best for society that you do so. It's best for society. Love makes a lot of sense, just so you know. But, I'm very aware of what it's like to be in one frame of mind where most people find themselves today, trying to find answers and deal with the hell that today is offering. And the hell has, quite frankly, become so great. But then there's folks who are enlightened like myself who get this. We see this. Many of us have a hard time putting it into words, but that's a gift I'm good with. And because I get it. I get it backwards and forwards and upside down, in which way. And I try to explain it. And I see that it's really a matter of love and a matter of hate. And that we see so much of that everywhere we go. And so I talk to the rich man and I say, you too will have a better life when it's love, because you don't have all that biting at your feet. We don't like that feet biting. We really don't. And everybody is in the same world. There is so much more opportunity in that world, because ultimately speaking, we work hard to impress others. We want to be in their realm, whether we act like it or not. We want to be in the human humdrum, as your happy healer calls it. Everybody wants to be celebrities these days. Isn't that true? Everybody with their own idea. In a world of love, you're actually appreciated. And that's so much more powerful than what this greed offers. It tells you that don't matter. Oh, well, I disagree. I strongly disagree. So that's what we need, folks. Think about it, right? I wish I had some coffee. But that would require going to the store, which would require me spending approximately $2 in gas and another $1 for the coffee, and then I wouldn't have any money for when maybe some more time goes by and I need something. Yeah, so what I'm living is a life that's pretty much what it is going by, and I have my love, and that I'm running for president. Because I've had to make sacrifices to run for president, and to be prepared, and to have my mind right, and to be sane like all the people are not right now, to be a calming voice, to be able to help people within this crisis, and to be able to talk our nation out of a civil war, to say that this fate we're marching into doesn't necessarily have to even be a fate at all, that we can bounce back, and that with love and forgiveness, we need both, that we could do so much better, that we could actually avert a civil war. And you could save so much life that way and gain happiness. And we need a great age of redemption, because when you have truth, you see everybody's part of the hell. And that, the idea is to get to a place where people are happy. And you never get that in the world of greed. Greed is about the wrong kind of justice. Love is the right kind of justice. And that's why we're never happy when we get that greedy justice. Greedy is the kind of justice that after somebody dies, you kill them back, or after somebody dies, you make them pay the price. Love is the kind of justice that before somebody ever got close to dying, they had a happy life. Come on, guys. Let's get with the program. So those are the differences between love and greed, and the love and hate. Love is against so many things, and that's just how powerful it is. It always carries through. And it's the kind of thing that when you hold that peace, you know just how powerful that knowledge is. That knowledge, oh yes, keeps me going. So people wonder, where do you get your energy from? How do you keep it going? I keep it going. I know that truth. And I've seen miracles. For better or for worse, I'll tell you, those miracles help me get motivated. There's nothing wrong with that. And we all live in this crappy world. Those of us who see spiritual miracles or not, we all are caught up in this hell. So we need realistic solutions to come out of this. And that's the kind of candidacy I bring. That's why if it wasn't for me, I would say I would go with somebody like, I like the philosopher, Miriam, is that her name? And I also like, out of them all really, I would say Yang is the one that's most giving, but he doesn't go far enough. What I bring is all of that in one package and so much more. I could bring the Trump people, you see, because I love God and they love God too. And they get this. So many people that are awake, they get this. And it just so happens that God has it that I'm gay. What do you know? I was forced to see even larger truths in order to make my circle round, but it's round and it's true. We all search for truth. Many of us give up along that path. I never did. And I'm happy with the truth I have so far, and I learn more all the time. The idea is that you never become fully in knowledge. All you do is just keep heading down that way. But the truth also ascends with you, and you get greater in that truth. And what is that truth? Love. It's clear. So that's why we pushed the power of love forward. It's just one of those things that's innocent, you see, because I'm a 40-year-old man and I glow everywhere I go. People love that. And they say, you have those eyes, they just glow. And I say, well, I just love a lot. I love so much. I start with myself. I love me. Oh, I love me. And I love you too. I get my worth and I get my value. I get yours too. So I know, and I put value to that. They sometimes don't, and they say they do. But the problem is they lack faith. But that's the good thing with me. I'm good at restoring faith. Because I've seen the truth and I've seen miracles. And a lot of us have. It's not just me. I'm nobody special. So many people are seeing these miracles. And the truth is, it's the answer to our times and it's written on our heart. So if we follow that, then at the end of that is the answer. And the thing about it is, if you've become so good, like many of us have, at seeing we're just good analysts. We're smart people. We're intellectuals. And we're able to discern the differences between things when they're happening. And we can see when something's about to unfold. And then it does. And that our guessing becomes more like foretelling. It's much like foretelling when we say we are heading into hell. And a lot of people see that. And they're concerned. And they're acting out. And other people that they just are beyond measure insane, and they're people calling for peace like me insane. And that they are headlong marching into a war of their own creating like it's their fate. And I say, I appeal to those people and that I have that magical stuff because God has it so that I'm gay. It just so happens to be. I had to actually figure this stuff out on my own and say, does it make sense for me to do a candidacy? I can talk my way into certain situations. I'm a good talker. That's a communication skill. Guess what? I tell the truth. I'm a good communicator. Okay? So God has given us all certain gifts and we're supposed to use those for good. So if I'm going to go about with the truth, trying to make the greatest amount of change in the shortest amount of time with other people who get the truth, then I would run for president. And now's the time to do that. And if I want to win, because Donald Trump is the Republican who's already in power, then I would go with the Democrats. Therefore, I have a chance. And because they're out searching for a candidate, one that can win and beat Trump. And I know that I could do that. That's why I'm running. So while they're searching for a candidate, it just so happens that I'm the candidate that the black people want because I serve the human cause to the extreme and they love it. They love God and I'm loving them every step of the way, and I've been their neighbors for so long, they get that. And I love gay people. I am one. Let's just say that. They get that. I know that struggle. My goodness, talk about the kind of acting someone like us has to do inside the closet when we're so young. We start to understand the real world because we have to tippy-toe around it. That's right. You have to tippy-toe around it. So you get the feel for who not to piss off. And you get the feel for a lot of things. And that's what fear does. It causes that. But what love does, and fear is a cousin of greed. Never forget that. Fear is that cousin of greed. But that truth has a cousin too. And it's justice and it's love. So when you open yourself up to that and you say, well, you know, no matter how you compromise the love in your life or the truth in your life, it's all equating to the same thing at the end of the day. Justice is at work. People are acting horribly to themselves. In this real world, that should they change, themselves are the ones who deliver the change. The miracle is within yourself, and it has been there the whole time. The magic is with us. That's the beautiful part. So when you can light that up into a populace, and that's what we're trying to do in this campaign, and we believe in it. We believe that love is that powerful, that you can say that you can come together based on love and have a better world. It's so great. And that peace, it does it. It's a willing power. It's a trusting power. It ultimately includes. It's not naive. Remember, love makes compromises. It's not going to allow its entire body to die over a terrorist element, knowing that in order to get to the perfect oasis of entirety, where there ultimately is no loss of energy at all or loss of life, that it needs to sustain itself. And ultimately, love is that kind of power. It can do that. It does it every day. A little bit of love sustains itself and exists in a world of greed. And so that's what you're doing. You're compromising. We're all compromising. We're deciding we'll do this, but we'll do that to make it better. And how far can that go on? And what does that do? And is that happiness? Are you worthy of having more than that? Is more than that possible? I got a knock at the door. Hang on just a moment. This is an active studio, you know. This is an active studio. Come on in.
Okay.
Yeah, he was, but he's... Come on, Jeff. Come on over, buddy. We got Jeff here. It's great to have him. Come on, Jeff. Come on and say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. What's going on?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. We're just always talking about the real stuff. We deal with the real world, and it's a hot one out there, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is.
My goodness, so hot, man. How did it get so hot? I don't remember it being this hot, do you?
No, I don't.
I mean, this is just like torture heat.
Yeah, I know.
And you want to get us back out there again?
Yeah, I guess.
He wants me to go to the park with him. You know, and I love that. It's great. That's exactly what we should be doing. But I'm always making sacrifices just doing this work, aren't I?
Yeah.
It's almost frustrating to the people that care about me, to the people that love me. But I do that because I care. And because these answers and these things are very important. And in fact, even him, for as great as he is, and he's super great, he's one of the best guys here. He's here helping, doing what he can, and showing up and checking up on his happy healer. But further than that, he deals with struggles too. He has them. We all have them.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's hard to just sometimes in this world to have people that are there to hang out with you, to do things and to feel loved. That's why I'm not embarrassed at all about saying, oh yes, I need love. You better believe it. I'm more to you saying, why aren't you giving it? Right?
Yeah, right.
And I give it every single time. So that's just how I do. And I'm going to do it with him. We'll do it with other people. We hang out. We'll have fun. We just love life. And that's how it could be in this life. It doesn't have to be the hell that you make it to be. But here's the problem. We're so busy working in a 21st century busy world that we created for ourselves. It doesn't even have to be like that. We're not taking advantage of the opportunities we have that love created, because it was the love of scientists, of creators who thought with that love and passion, because it wasn't the reward. Look where we had Einstein. We had him working as a clerk to figure out about the major discovery of science. How are we going to have our creators being treated like that and also still get the best that love offers? But we got it anyway. And that was a gift from love. And then we take it and trample on it and let greed's little dirty hands in there. How do you feel about that?
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah. So he's a liberal and I got him. And so, yeah, you Trump people, I already know I got you. So why aren't we building up a movement where we can take this to the White House, I say unto you, because that's the most important thing. And the hell that we need, because, you know, the hell that we have already that we need to create a solution to get out of is so clear every day. Just when I see my friend Jeff, because this is not a bad man. He needs love just like we all do. Just like my friend Al and his wife. Just like so many other people like Sylvia across the street. And the many people who I know that are far away. All over the place. They get it. Nobody wants to debate. And I challenge debate against the truths I have. Come on to this show and debate them. Call in. You've got my phone number. And if you're in town in Orlando, let's talk about some of the things that we're dealing with in this country, in our city. First in our city, probably, though. Because you always start at home first. Love yourself the most. That would be a happy healer idea. Love yourself the very most. And then you could start loving others. And that's why I tell Jeff that all the time, don't I, Jeff?
Yeah.
Don't I say love yourself the most?
Yeah, love yourself the most. Yeah.
That's right. And I say that every single time because we have to love ourselves the very most. Folks, you got to keep this on the air. They're getting ready to push me off the internet soon because I can't even get that stupid bill paid. So, you know, you got to decide at what point are you going to be an active participant in the Happy Healer Love movement, or at what point you're just a spectator and you'll just watch it die and whatever. I mean, I'll still be here doing it. You just won't see it because that's my life. And so, you know, that's the question you have to really kind of cross with yourself. I know that Jeff has helped me out, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of just, and he's here helping here too. I mean, he's helped me with cash and he's helped me with just being here. So that's just the way it works, folks. People come together and they see in person. Is what I'm saying, is it adding up, or am I lying about anything? Please tell me.
I don't think you're lying about anything, man.
Okay. There's everything just straight on. So, okay, go ahead. Folks, this is the real truth. That's what I have, okay? So it's a little bit compelling, I get it. It's a bit strong. And so just, you got to delve into it yourself. And so have that courage. And that's why I say, you know, call in or get involved or talk to us. There's all kinds of ways to do that, and to listen and to follow along. If you feel like that I'm possessing a bit more knowledge than what you have to offer to the table, don't think you don't have anything to offer. You do. You got a lot to offer. I learned so much from you. I need you. I learned because you have a different perspective. And that's exactly how love works. We all need each other. And that when we come together and that power multiplies, it's a natural human power. So it's not a sect or an occult. It's not a secret. It's open. That's how love is. But you already knew it. And that's how love is. All right, folks, I'll be back a bit later. There's so much to do today, like there is every day. God bless.